Hello everyone, my name is Kinley Olson and this is Mr. Jones. Today we're pairing out some cows and calves into the North Pasture so that the moms can be with their babies. I am your 2025 Junior Miss Rodeo Aberdeen and I have won horsemanship in 5 of the pageants that I have competed in. So I feel very qualified to teach you how to saddle your horse. The first thing I wanted to show you is a head stall. This is a bit that goes in their mouth, and this specific bit is called a snaffle bit, where it breaks in the middle. We typically use it on young horses so that we have lots of control. This is the shank, which is what your reins attach to, and it also gives you more control. The longer the shank, the more control. This is a low curb bit. This is used on older horses, and a shorter shank so we don't have to be quite as aggressive, and this is your curb strap that goes on their chin. Typically a curb strap you should be able to fit 3 fingers under. This is the buckle on the side of the headstall, so it's adjustable, and that is the earpiece. Now we can finally head out to catch our horse. You take your halter and you tie it in this fun little knot. Unfortunately my video did not record. And we tie this specific knot over the lead rope, under, through the loop, and back through the loop that you had made before. This is an easy way to tie horses so that if they do tend to pull back, it won't tighten and make it difficult to unravel. Next, we're going to brush our horses out. It is shedding season, so kind of just like with dogs, it gets warmer and they start to lose their hair so that they can cool off in the summertime. This is the horse's withers. And this is where you want your saddle pad to sit so that when you do put your saddle on, it doesn't slide around. Next up, parts of the saddle, this is your back cinch. So this goes on behind. This is a fender, your Belvin's buckle, and this holds your stirrup together. This is your stirrup, which is what your feet go in. That's your breast collar that is actually goes on the other side, but that's how you store it. This is your latigo that ties to your front cinch, and this is where you hang your latigo after you cinch up. This is the skirt of your saddle. It is kind of just decor. This is your seat and your cantle and your powels, and that is your horn. Going to the other side of the saddle here, I'm moving my breast collar out of the way. This is how you store your saddle. You take your back cinch, which I am holding here, and you put it through your front cinch, flip it over, and lock it back up into that hole. This is a keeper that keeps your front cinch and your back cinch together. Again, the fender, the Belvin's buckle, and the stirrup.
Stirrups are interchangeable.
This is how you adjust your stirrups to how long your legs are.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Next, we're going to saddle our horse. This is 5'2" me hoisting my saddle up on top of my 16-hand horse. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our latigo, make sure it lines up just right, and we always want to make sure there's no sandbars or anything under their bellies because that can cause accidents very easily. If you know your horse and you know that he is not going to kick you, you can walk straight behind him. Undo your front and your back cinch. Again, make sure everything lines up just right. This is your breast collar that I was showing you before. Again, if you're going to walk behind a horse, walk straight behind him. Move my saddle up just a little bit so it's on top of the withers. Carefully get your front cinch and you're going to loop it around twice. I like to throw my stirrup up over my horn so that I have better access to my latigo. A fun fact is there are 3 parts on a saddle that are also on a car. Your fender, your seat, and your horn. I like to keep my cinch a little loose here until I get my back cinch and my breast collar. Your back cinch doesn't need to be quite as tight. This kind of just keeps the saddle down from flopping. Make sure you can have a little bit of room in there, slide your hand under. Now you're going to grab your breast collar. And breast collars are 50-50 chance on if you need to use them or not. There is not a whole lot of true reasoning behind a breast collar other than it stops it from sliding back, typically on a younger horse that doesn't have his withers yet. Slide it into the D-ring.
Back through.
And now you're pretty well saddled up here. You're going to tighten your cinch before you get
I'm fine with
on.
that.
Always check your cinch before you get on.
Come closer so you can.
Next, we're going to throw our reins over our horse's neck so that we know they can't get away as we're putting the headstall on. We're going to untie your lead rope from the panel first. Now you're going to untie that easy little knot that you did there. Bring it back to his neck and tie it again, just in case he gets a wild hair and decides he wants to go for a little joyride. Then you're going to take your bit, make sure everything's cleaned off, not rusty. You're going to put your hand on the pole of the horse, which is in between his ears, and gently lift the bit into his mouth and make sure that it is above the tongue rather than under. Slide it around his ears, and then you'll put his ear through that earpiece that I had showed you before.
Over his ear. Give him enough room to breathe here.
Split reins are most commonly used in the rodeo arena and out in the pasture for ranchers. This means that they split, so you actually have two to hold on to. I hold mine like this, and others hold them across both sides. This is easier if you're planning on lifting up your hands. This is me trailing in the baby calves and their mamas to the west corner gate. Now that you're all saddled up, you can go ahead and do your ranch work for the day. Thanks for watching.